So this chart is really, really twisty, like very turny, and I love it. I love the song, I love the chart. So immediately, my first thought is, I'm so happy that we have a no-bar player to play. I love watching no-bar players.
Yeah, absolutely. The great part about this is it starts kind of normal and slow, but then at the end it really picks up. So we'll see if they get any of the tricky steps out of the way at that time.
Even that pattern right there.
A couple of bads, both of them.
That pattern that they both struggled with a little bit is a very tricky pattern because you have like you're oriented to the right and then you kind of quickly switch to the left. There's these little bursty parts.
A couple more.
I love this
Still
chart.
definitely have a chance with the new Phoenix scoring system. It's a lot less dependent, but we'll see what happens as they run into the end parts.
Yeah, it used to be that with pump tournaments, you would always just be glued to that combo count. But nowadays, in this new like Phoenix meta, perfect timing matters so much more. Yeah, I hope that it'll get DDR players into the game more, that like the idea that timing is so valuable will help. We'll see. Oh.
There we go, right there. Oh, and we've got a drop.
That is understandable. That is such a difficult pattern to do no bar, to be twisted all the way to the one side.
It's definitely what amplifies it from like an S11 to an S15.
So, yeah.
So good runs by both. It looks like, did we get a stage clear?
Oh, we don't have the names of the players.
Yeah, we
I just realized.
Don't. That's okay. We'll wait for Spaghetti in the meantime.
Yeah.
But no, A+. It's still very odd to see the new lettering system inside of Pump Phoenix too. But it's really interesting because now we don't have any of those strange, pump score event type things anymore. So yeah, I am glad that it's semi-normalized now. So
I like the standardization a lot. I understand people who kind of miss the old way of doing things, but I really like it. I think it's a good system generally. It makes tournaments a lot cleaner, easier.
Absolutely. So let's see what they do on Hellfire.
I'm not too familiar with this chart. I assume it's very twisty.
So Hellfire definitely is kind of consistent, much more consistent than what Reality was. Reality's got that big burst at the end, but you can see Hellfire's got some good drills. Some soft M runs in there. We'll see what's going to end up happening here. Ooh. So far, neck and neck. Into the drills, good. Both of them hit it.
Those are such clean drills.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Oh, got some drops on P2, unfortunately. But, P1's got some drops as well.
One player had a little bit of a difficulty with some of those jackhammers right there. It's understandable. That was a long, tough 16th stream, though. So.
Yeah. This is partially what makes Hellfire very, very tricky is, holding on to those freezes through the end of the freeze, too. You definitely have to be prepared to completely twist on it. So. In the final part, we've got a break on P1. Good combo coming back on P2. We might see a good comeback here. Into the drills.
I really like that part that they just did where it's like the triplet. I like that part, like the rhythm of it. It feels really nice.
Both of them pick up a miss at the same time. Let's see how they do towards the end. I think they're pretty evenly matched. Picking up some strange bads on P1, but. Another bad on P2, but they're consistently breaking combo around the same side, so we'll just have to see where the money score ends up.
Yeah,
the triples. Yep.
Their performance has both been pretty consistent throughout, but in different places they've had their non-combo steps. I think it's going to be really close. My guess would be that player one wins just lightly because of that 1/16 stream, but it was a very close match.
Absolutely, very close match. Let's see how the scores run out.
Oh, wow. There we go. Player two takes it. Wow, very impressive. The most fascinating about this is player one got the life bar clear, the stage clear, and player two didn't. You can tell because it says the game name underneath it of the letter color, but player one with the higher score. And that's not something that, like that miscount might have otherwise been, more punitive on the old scoring system, but with the new
running it down to there, you had 7 greats on P2 and almost 36 on P1, I think it was. So it's definitely counting more whenever you're doing more PA than it has in the past, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just keeping combo, keeping effectiveness. They consistently kind of broke combo in the same areas, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, and it was interesting. So earlier I was talking to John, who is one of the best players in America, and he was talking about how he has like changed his focus from the past. He used to focus so much on trying to keep his combo up, lower his miss count, whereas now timing is becoming more and more an integral part. And for me personally, that's like a struggle that I've always had in Pump. I'm always just trying to keep my combo count as high as possible. So it'll be interesting to see how playstyles adapt as this new becomes more and more normal, as Pump players become more accustomed to aiming for as many perfects as possible rather than as few misses as possible.
Right, absolutely. So so now we've got, I know SpaghettiSnail is on P2 and then MCAT's on
MCAT's
P1.
on
So
P1.
I do know these players.
I do not know SpaghettiSnail, you said, is the P2 player?
Yes.
Where are they from?
Not really sure.
Okay.
I know, I believe MCAT is in the northern area. I believe it's Michigan, southern area.
MCAT I also know because she's like an incredibly good Step Maniacs player.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I want to give it, PA, thank you for the correction in the chat. Thank you, Churan. And also I want to give a shout out to Manny Major 15 for rating here, joining us here. Thank you for joining us here at Mistake on the Lake 5. So let's see how they do with reality. Again, we're going to see.
I love this chart. I could watch this chart be played 1,000 times. I'd be the happiest man alive. So yeah, pay careful attention here at the beginning. If you watch, there's these subtle shifts from being face to the right, face to the left that are a little more complicated than you would usually see in a 15. This is a chart from like the 2010, 2011 era of Pump, where they were like adapting to a more modern like style of charting with consistency, but there are still like relics of the old game hanging around, patterns where you go through the middle panel, things like that. I love this chart. It's so beautiful.
It's coming up on combo 160. Both of them continuing to keep it together. I've only seen a couple of flashes of greats on both sides, but very, very consistent.
Very clean so far. Very clean.
We'll see how they go into the end half. Into the skeps. Still very consistent and clean. Here we go.
Here we go. These side pivot drills.
Couple breaks with Senpai.
These side pivot drills are so brutal.
Oh, no.
So tough. Very, very nice. That was very close.
Very nice, very nice. Let's see how it comes with a money
matchup.
score here.
All right.
All right.
MCAT.
MCAT takes it. All right.
Only one miss. And very, very nice. Very clean. That is a very, very tough chart to not get a lot of like random goods and bads, I feel like, during those like side pivot drills, during the M runs that come out of it. There's a lot of places where you can just kind of move your feet slightly too quickly to the next spot and accidentally trigger a sensor you're not intending to, or call slightly off the rhythm. And they both, handled it really, really well, I felt. So that was like very close.
Right, and I want to point out something as well. So Drafton in the chat said, just now noticing no arrow points for right side. Yeah, the templates, you can put it on FD. There's quite a few players that actually do that inside of Pump. I'm one of them, actually. I actually love turning them off. That way I'm not focused on the actual hits, right? Pump historically has been late, right? It's just a little bit later. The DDR, it does take away a little bit of that kind of distractionary measure from the visual standpoint.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I also noticed the note skin. I always like to notice people's note skin selections and stuff like that.
NX Absolute for life.
I'm an NX1 guy, but I respect it.
So here we go into 40. Both of them, again, very, very evenly matched.
This is a very drill-focused chart. I'm immediately noticing from seeing it twice. Very tests an ability to move your feet kind of consistently and quickly in a small space, which is a hard skill to develop. And I feel like it's something that at this speed, this is like what makes it a 15, right? Like I feel like there's like 13s and 14s that are slower drills than this. I feel like this chart is like there's a clear transition point for like, can you do this?
Oh, we got a combo break around 300 on P2. But yeah, no, absolutely, and especially on charts like this where it just takes that consistency, right? You have the turns into the freezes, but then you've got the drills in part 2. So let's see how they do here. MCAT's keeping it going really, really strong.
Killing it
450
right
now. Into the triplets. Oh, and here comes the drills. But not quite. That was only one. Coming up to combo 600, and hits a super clean run on MCAT's side.
I'm thinking
Spaghetti's staying with her though. Like, we'll see what happens. Anything can happen in these last couple runs.
Yeah, Spaghetti's doing great, but I mean, MCAT is hitting it out of the park right now. It's difficult to outdo what MCAT is doing right now. It's this is perfect, over and over.
Into the triples. Still going, 800 combo on MCAT's side. Oh, commentator's curse, my bad. All right, still very clean runs.
At the very end, those side pivot triplets are tough.
Absolutely.
Those are tough, but she killed it. Very
Look at that, though.
Still,
5-0.
Still the old system S, the zero miss.
Yep.
Nearly the double S without those two bads there. An
Two
amazing
incredibly
score.
good runs, and I mean, I really think, you know, right there, it just goes to show the talent, right, by everybody competing here at Mistake on the Lake. Like, such good players, amazing players.
I love also, though, going back to the scoring thing, I love how it's so easy to see. Like, it's so standard that the number is so much better than the old system where they would have had like what, like a 1.8 million versus a 1.6, and it's just like those numbers have no context.
Exactly.
When you see that number and you see the 998, you recognize almost immediately, like, wow, this is 99.8%, like, basically. That's an incredible performance. Can we get? We need to get the names up on the names up on the top. We haven't had the player names, so. I was gonna say I could pass it to you. Yeah.
All right, so
here we go. I am not familiar with either.
So it looks like we're actually, we are not in the redemption pool. We are in level 2. We're in pool.
No, I think we are still. I think this is, yeah, because you see X Takumi advance.
Yeah, but
so I think we're redemption pool. We're here.
Are we? Okay.
That NPC, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm not familiar with either of these players. I met vyhd last night very briefly, but I don't know anything about either of them. I don't know what kind of things they like or dislike.
Yeah. Well, definitely shout out to the shirt, right? So like rat shirt 3 times and on the back too. So.
We're doing 1 hour? I can't understand. One advances. Okay.
So we got some clarification.
Yeah,
right
one
now.
advances. One player advances. Congratulations on being eliminated. I love this for you. All right, so back to the matchup. Both players still full comboing the song. Here we go.
The sides.
This is it.
UIC drops.
There.
NPC dropped
very clean from NPC.
We're going to see this one's going to be another one. Very close.
Yep.
It's always how they handle that last run there, and if they can keep a little bit more combo than the other person.
I always love Death Run as like a concept, going all the way back to Max 300 or Legend of Max or whatever, and that is a Death Run right
Avalanche
there.
would be a fantastic chart to be played right now, like with those drills and Death Runs. Oh, I hope that actually pulls up in the draw, because that would be amazing to see some of these players take on. But all right, so second one, of course, Hellfire. The 170 BPM drills.
I was going to say, what's really interesting here, another thing that's worth noting, is both players now are using the same note skin, but there's an 100 BPM difference in their scroll rate.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is.
But so are you a fast player or a slow player?
It depends. Depends really.
What would you say is like your
I
standard?
put AB around 600, but
okay.
Yeah.
I on like lowers play like 600, 640, and then when I get to uppers, 700, 750. But
again, you know, with pump, you really want almost a slightly faster scroll rate than what you're going to read at DDR, right?
Oh, for sure.
So here we go in the first drill. Both of them hitting it very, very cleanly. Into the soft M runs, all right. Cross under hits.
Nice.
Here we
Clean
go.
on the drills. Here we go.
Neck and neck as we go into the triples.
The repeating triplets are really hard.
Clean hit.
Clean through the 16th run.
Into the freezes.
Neck and neck. Neck and neck.
Ooh, picks up a good.
So those up drills, they both full perfect combo those, and drills on both of the up panels are so difficult.
Ooh, we got a combo break.
NPC is still.
Yeah, NPC's absolutely.
I think NPC might still have a full perfect combo going.
I did see a great.
Knock on wood.
I did see a great on P2, but a couple of goods and a combo break over on BYH's side.
Ooh. Hits the jumps into the triplets cleanly.
NPC's absolutely crushing it right now. Oh, BYHG picks up another combo break. That may seal it here, unfortunately. Great gutsy effort.
Both players are really handling these triplets well. This last little burst here. NPC was so close. Oh no, and he missed the triple because he was distracted.
Yeah, he was
that's
got a little
brutal.
bit frustrated, but
I've
that's
been
okay.
there. I've been there. I've walked off the machine before the last note before.
Only 3 greats. So
wow.
Fantastic.
Still an incredible score, but slightly below MCAT's.
By both, actually. I mean, VOHG was keeping up for a while until those babs and misses just came in, but it was incredibly close. Shout out to both.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Really, really great run by
both
NPC.
songs, both set, like they both killed it.